Hello class, welcome to our online discussion in this course PE3 Individual and Dual Sports. So during midterm, we will only discuss about the individual sports, and then for final term, we will discuss about the dual sports. So we are in lesson 1, we will discuss about the introduction to running, which is an individual sports. So let's discuss first about the background of the athletics. Track and field athletics is commonly known as the athletics or track and field. It is a collection of sports events that is involved running, throwing, and jumping. Okay, so the name athletics is derived from the Greek word atlos, which means contest. So going back to the ancient Greeks, athletics was the only competition being held in the first Olympic Games, which took place in Athens in 776 BC. Okay, 776 BC in Athens. So at that time, the single athletic event was known as the stade. Okay, so the stade is a foot race which covered the length of the Athenian Olympic Stadium. And then in 1896, the first modern Olympic Games were staged, although initially of the limited appeal. So the Olympics captured the imagination of the athletes and grow steadily. So making track and field an international sports for the first time. And then in 1913, the International Amateur Athletic Federation was formed by the representatives from 16 countries. Imagine 16 countries. So the IAF was charged with establishing standards rules for the sports, approving world records, and ensuring that the amateur code was adhered to. So it continues to carry out these duties until today. So we will discuss about the track events. The track events often involve in a field or a running track of a varying or different measurements. So these events are typically held in a 400 meters track. So this includes the sprints, the middle distance, long distance, hurdles, relays, road running, and race walking. But we will only discuss about these five: the sprints, the middle distance, long distance, hurdles, and relays. So let's start with the sprint. So the short distance, or they call it sprint, is a track and field competition, and there are generally three different sprints distance. They have a 100 meters, 200 meters, and 400 meters. Okay, so this is a competition, a running competition with only short distance, and it is also called sprint. And we also have middle distance. So these middle distance races have three different distance. We have 800 meters. We also have 1,500 and 3,000 meters. So these races require different skills and tactics to win. So they rely more on the endurance and pacing than just pure speed. Not like with the short distance, we only have 100 to 100, 200, and then 400 meters. The only thing that you need to do is to run as fast as you can. But in the middle distance, there is a more skills needed and tactics to win. So there is a strategy. So they rely more on the endurance and pacing than just pure speed, not like with a sprint. Also, the runners do not stay in a single lane for the entire race. So as you can observe here, they are not focusing only in one lane. Okay? So these start out in staggered lanes to make the distance the same for each runner. So the race soon becomes open with no lanes and the runners must pass around each other to gain the lead. So that is one of their strategy or tactics. Next is long distance. There are three main long distance races. We have 3,000 meters, 5,000 meters, and 10,000 meters races. So these races are similar to the middle distance races, but the emphasis is even more. Okay? Even more. About what? The endurance. It emphasizes more in endurance and not in speed. Just not like with the sprint or short distance. So there must be a tactics and strategy to win this competition or races. Next is hurdles. So there is quite difference between the short distance, middle distance, and long distance. So hurdles races is a track and field event with obstacles. So this is called the obstacles. So there's a lot of obstacles in this running competition. It is placed at the intervals along the track. So the runners must jump, just like this one. They're jumping to the hurdles as they run to the finish line. So the hurdles races are the 100 meters and 400 meters for women and 1,100 meters and 400 meters for men. So the timing, the footwork, and the technique are the key in winning hurdle events. So furthermore, the runners still need to be fast while jumping over the hurdles in a stride without much slowing down to win the race. It's quite the same with the short distance or sprint, but the difference is that the hurdles has an obstacles. And lastly, relays. Relays races are where teams of runners compete against each other. So there are four runners, just like this one, one, two, and then there are other two runners. Okay. There are four runners and four legs, which means the stages to the race. So the first runner starts with the baton, okay, this one, and runs the first leg handing off to the second runner. So this is the first runner, and then they will handle it to the second runner. Okay, again, the first runner starts with the baton, holding this one, and runs the first leg handling off to the second runner. So the handoff must typically take place within the given area of the track. So the second then hands off to the third. So the second will handle it to the third, and the third to the fourth runner. So the fourth runner runs the final or anchor, so the leg to the finish line, and they will win. So the common relay races are the 4 by 100, and we also have 4 by 400 meters. The 4 here means the 4 runners. So these are the track events, and then we will discuss more on the track facilities and running position. Don't forget to answer the evaluation quiz that is given to the Google Classroom. Bye bye.